Welcome everyone to your adaptive chair yoga practice. And so my name is Bobbie and I am a yoga therapist, and I've had the honor and privilege of teaching this class for a few months now. And so I like to share these days that really the new advanced yoga is accessible yoga. So yoga for everyone. And so on that happy note, I'd like to invite you to begin by finding a comfortable seat. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. And so it's challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we're uncomfortable in our bodies. And then when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together at your heart center in this beautiful hand gesture called Angeline Mudra. So you can imagine, if you'd like, a flame at your heart center. And then maybe you can take a moment to notice how it feels to have your hands in this placement. So if this makes you lose your balance in any way, choose another placement for your hands. And so we never forfeit balance to come into a pose or a movement. And then when you're ready, lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart, and take a moment to allow yourself to consciously come into the present moment. And setting a simple intention for your practice. And so set your intention with one word, and we'll revisit your intention at the end of the practice. And then when you're ready, release your arms down by your side or wherever feels comfortable for you. Spiral your palms open. Open up your armpits and wiggly fidgets. So shake your hands vigorously. And so I'm just going to put my screen on gallery. There we go. Oh, wow. Hey. Wiggly fidgets. And so if anything I share with you feels uncomfortable, if it hurts, skip it. And so come back to your breath. And so if we're focused on our breath, we're practicing yoga. And so today I have my Tibetan singing bowl. I haven't used it for a little while, but I used it in a class last night and it worked very well. And so if you're not familiar with the Tibetan singing bowl, this particular bowl is blessed by a friend of mine who happens to be a Tibetan monk. And it's believed that the sound, the vibration from the sound of a Tibetan singing bowl can help relieve pain. And so in yoga, we don't separate body and mind. So whatever affects our mind affects our body. Whatever affects our body affects our mind. And so maybe if you'd like, just rolling your shoulders back a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then maybe just closing your eyes softly. And I will ring the Tibetan singing bowl 3 times. Oops, it's a bit loud. And so let's do a centering practice. And so invitation to ground through your feet. A center ground through the soles of your feet. So we want to keep our connection with Mother Nature. And we tend to start losing that. Root down through your sits bones. So maybe notice where your bottom and your thighs are in contact with your seat. And then energy moving in two directions. Lengthen from the tip of your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. So you might imagine that you have a thread on top of your head and it's pulling you way up to the sky. Roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. Then from here, we'll transition into mindful movement. So as you're ready, reach your arm way up to the sky. And then slowly float your arm down. So gentle movement, reaching up, way up to the sky. Then slowly float your arm down. So let's explore adding a gentle breath to the movement. On inhale, reach your arm up, full length of your inhale. On exhale, float your arm down, the full length of your exhale. It's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Release both arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your thighs. And we'll begin the movement on the other side. So reaching up, way up to the sky. And then slowly float your arm down. The gentle movement, reaching up. And slowly float your arm down. So let's explore adding a gentle breath to the movement. On inhale, reaching up, full length of your inhale. On exhale, float your arm down, the full length of your exhale. It's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Release both arms down by your side. This time we'll reach both arms way up to the sky. Place your hands on the back of your head if that's accessible for you, or maybe folding your fingers in, pressing into the palms of your hands. And together we can shout out, I am, I can, and I will. And with a sigh of relief, release your arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. Rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or palm down as desired. Maybe even taking a moment to notice which feels better for you today, to rest your palms face up, or does it feel better to rest your palms face down? So if you're feeling tired, an invitation to explore resting your palms face up, open to receive. If you are feeling restless, scattered, palms face down can help ground us. And then when you're ready, an invitation to begin to soften your gaze, so moving your gaze downward. And so moving away from the busyness in our minds and more towards our heart. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. Our jaws relaxed, breath is calm. And then when you're ready, an invitation to bring a gentle awareness to your breath without changing anything. So maybe noticing that as we inhale, things expand. And on exhale, things contract. Notice, is your breath long? Is it smooth or is it jagged? And breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Or maybe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Or if it feels better for you, breathing in and out through your mouth. And so if you're congested or you have an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can. And so from here, we'll transition into a simple breathing exercise that research shows can help with pain management and anxiety. And so when you're ready, place your hands on your Buddha belly, or maybe placing one hand just on your low belly, the other on your heart center. And see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. And so when we lengthen our exhale, it is calming for our nervous system. And then see if you can begin to smooth out your breath. So smooth movement, smooth sound. So that your inhales and your exhales are the same quality and about the same duration. At any point, if you notice that your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. And then lastly, see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. So you might imagine that you just tasted something delicious. Or maybe that you're petting your favorite animal friend. And so our breath is long and smooth and soft as we breathe in and as we breathe out. And just for a few more breaths, or as long as it feels comfortable, I'd like to invite you to keep this simple breathing exercise flowing. At any point, if you notice that your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, as often it will, invitation to bring a gentle awareness to the sounds around you. So I can hear the sound of the wood-burning fireplace making those little creaks and cracks. I just heard the whoosh of a car drive by on this rural country road. And maybe noticing the gentle tone of my voice. And in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath. And so wherever you are in your breath cycle, allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm. So maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Drop your chin towards your chest. And gradually blink your eyes open. And so we're falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. And so maybe notice if you felt a subtle shift in your energy. And so we've begun the process of tuning into our bodies and connecting with our breath. And so the bridge between our body and our mind is our breath. Release your arms down by your sides, spiral your palms open, open up your armpits and wiggly fidgets again. So a little more vigorous this time. Maybe do a little bum dance, wiggly fidgets. And so at this time, if it's available to you and you would like, walk your hips forward in the chair. And so maybe come forward about 2/3 of the way. If you are needing the back of the chair for support today, honor that. And so yoga meets us right where we are. And so let's repose, ground through your feet. And sitting up nice and tall, maybe pushing down through one foot and then down through the other one. So it might be an energetic pushing down. You maybe notice, do you feel one foot more than the other? Sitting up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back and down just a few times. Good, our Buddha belly is soft, breath is quiet. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. So you might even take 2 fingers, place them on your chin. And so in yoga, this is called a chin lock. So it helps with our breathing. And then when you're ready, an invitation to bring your palms together at your heart center. Or it might be for you that feels better to place your hands on your Buddha belly. And so I'll transition into a practice called sun breath, meditation on the heart. So on inhale, extend your arms up and away. And then bring your palms back together at your heart center, or maybe your navel center. And so keeping this gentle heart opener flowing in your own time and rhythm. An invitation to imagine the sun at your heart center. And on your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the rays of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So it's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. And then if you'd like, joining me in making this a humming sound or chanting the sound Om. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Place one hand on your yoga belly, the area between your navel and your pubic bone, the other hand on your heart center, and maybe feeling the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And so let's transition into a gentle warm-up for neck and shoulders. So I don't know anyone on the planet these days that doesn't have tightness in their neck and their shoulders. And so we're sitting comfortably, effortlessly upright. Shoulders back and down just a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, begin with simple neck rolls. So see if you can resist the temptation to move your head to its full range of motion. And then other direction. So keeping lovely breath awareness throughout your practice. And then move your head up and down as if nodding yes. And so if even the most gentle movement creates pain, discomfort, invitation to explore visualizing the movement. Imagination. So imagination is perfect. So it might be a lovely starting point. And then maybe turning your head from side to side as if nodding no. Tip your head from side to side, so ears towards our shoulders. And then transitioning into shoulder circles. So we forward, up, back, and down. Soft, organic movements. Nothing rigid. And then other direction. Forward, down, and back. Exploring alternating from side to side. So you can imagine you're swimming doing the backstroke. And then forward. Reach your arms in front of you. Take your hands to your shoulders or wherever you can reach comfortably. And then stretch your palms. Hands to our shoulders. Stretch your palms. And then maybe exploring alternating from side to side. So anytime we move asymmetrically, this is good for our brain health, particularly our memory. Release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, take your hands up to your shoulders, your fingers, and then imagine you're drawing circles with your elbow points. On the monitor in front of you, or the wall. See if you can create a little half smile, like a little Buddha smile. So when we smile, it releases saliva, and so we want a nice juicy mouth and juicy body. And then other direction. Release your arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your thighs. Take a moment. Notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensations. So trust that the sensations are there. And so moving on, let's do some movements for our hands. And so when you're ready, stretch your palms. So you can imagine starfish, and then bear claw, and soft fist. Starfish, bear claw, soft fist. Circle your wrists in one direction. Circle your wrists in the opposite direction. So maybe even noticing is one wrist tighter than the other. So we tend to be tighter on one side. Imagine you're playing piano. So we're getting that synovial fluid, Mother Nature's WD-40 flowing into all the little joints in our hands. Turn your palms face up. Interlace your fingers loosely or bring your hands together, however feels comfortable for you. And then let's imagine we're drawing the infinity symbol. So moving with our breath, linking our breath with our movements, magical things happen. And then other direction. Release your hands, reach up to the sky, so extend beyond your wrists, beyond your fingertips. So get bigger in space. We tend to shrink. And fold your fingers in, press into the palms of your hands, and together we can shout out, I am, I can, and I will. And because none of us get through this life alone, we are, we can, and we will. And with a sigh of relief, float your arms. Shoulders back and down just a few times. Rest your hands on your thighs. Palm up or down as desired. And take a moment to check in. Notice how you feel. So not about what we look like in our practice. The diagnostic tool is, how do I feel? And so let's continue with a gentle movement. So I'd like to add a sound to the movement. And the sound is going to be on an exhale. And it's the sound shh. And so sitting comfortably, effortlessly upright. Reach your arm up in line with your shoulder, wherever feels comfortable for you. Turn your palm face up. With a soft bend in your elbow, extend your arm away from you, making a shh sound. On inhale, we'll meet back at center, palm face down. So other side, reaching up, spiral your palm open. On exhale, shh. Inhale, we'll meet back at center, palm face down. So if you'd like this time, exploring turning your head on the exhale, gazing over your middle finger. If it feels comfortable, more comfortable for you, gazing softly ahead. So on inhale, reaching up, turn your palm face up. Exhale, shh. Inhale, meet back at center, palm face down. On inhale, reach your arm up, spiral your palm open. Exhale, shh. Inhale, meet back at center, palm face down, release. Release both arms down by your side, then rest your hands on your thighs. Palm up or down as desired. And notice, how's your breath? Notice any subtle sensations. And so today I think I'd like to share a modified version of Eagle Pose. So these are shoulder openers. And so when you're ready, let's bend our elbows, fingers reach to the sky. And then take a hold of your left elbow point with your right palm. Draw your arm in towards the midline. On inhale, maybe reaching up a little higher. Soften your left shoulder away from your ear. Eagle Pose, modified. If it feels okay for you, you might even hinge from the hips, come forward a little. And then slowly come back to a neutral spine. Release your arms. And we'll practice the pose on the other side. And so elbows are bent. Take hold. Rest your elbow in your left palm. Fingers reach to the sky. Draw your arm in towards your heart. On inhale, maybe reaching up a little higher. Eagle Pose. And release. Hands a little shaker. And so let's explore some of the movements of the spine. And so I'd like to invite you to draw your hands in towards your hip creases. As you do, begin to turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. And so it might be that your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And so we want to be careful not to throw our head back. So you'll know your head's back too far if it's difficult to swallow. And we'll stay here for a few breaths or as long as feels comfortable. And then when you're ready, come on back to a neutral spine. Now we'll transition into a gentle warm-up for our upper back. So as you're ready, round your upper back. As you do, draw your chin in towards your chest. And then arch your upper back. So we're sliding our shoulders away from our ears. And so in your own time and rhythm, just for a few more breaths, keeping this gentle warm-up for your upper back flowing. And then come on back to a neutral spine. And take a moment, notice how this feels. And then from here, we'll come into a movement called cat and cow. So it's a more fuller movement of our spine. And so I'm going to turn my chair so that you can have a visual, a better idea of what it looks like, what's going on with your spine. And so if you're able to bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance, go for it. It's okay to have your toes turned outward. So our hands are resting on our knees or our thighs. And then when you're ready, an invitation to round your back. So this is the cat piece. So you might notice as we round our back, our navel gently contracts in towards our spine. And then on inhale, arch your back. So careful not to throw your head back. So exhale, round. And inhale, arch. So I'd like to invite you in your own time and rhythm to keep this gentle movement flowing for a few more breaths, or as long as it feels comfortable. And so move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that your movements and your breath become one. And slowly come on back to a neutral spine. Release your arms down by your side and take a moment to notice how this feels. And so when you're ready, release your arms down by your side and then invitation to come into a gentle side bend. So reach, extend beyond your wrists, your fingertips. So if you're in a wheelchair and you need to use your armrests, go for it. So we never forfeit balance to come into a pose or movement. And this is not a practice that's one size fits all. We don't all wear the same pair of shoes. So it can be interesting to practice these movements with our eyes closed. And then if you like, bending your arms low in front of you, gaze straight ahead. That can help focus our mind. And then gently twisting from side to side. Remember your little Buddha smile. So smile whether you're happy or not. Like to challenge yourself a little more, you can bend your elbows, fingers reach to the sky. Moving with your breath. So I like to hear my breath sometimes as I'm practicing the movements. It helps to focus our minds. So you're welcome to inhale, exhale through your nose. Gently, come back to a neutral spine. Float your arms down. So always giving ourselves permission to move slowly between our poses and our movements. Take a moment, let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so draw your hands into your hip creases. And so we'll do a gentle practice, a gentle movement, rocking forward and back. And so if you have osteoporosis, arthritis, forward folds are contraindicated. So for you, I'd like you to imagine the movement, or maybe even practicing sitting up nice and tall, lengthening from the tip of your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. And so as you're ready, hinging from the hips, rock forward a little with a flat back. And then rock back up. So noticing that sometimes we come into a forward fold, our chin wants to jet forward. So tuck your chin in slightly. And so there's something about this gentle rocking movement that our nervous system likes. And then slowly come on back to a neutral spine. Notice how this feels. And so I'd like to invite you to explore another version of a side bend. And so it might be that you're visualizing the movement. Again, a gentle reminder that if anything I share with you feels uncomfortable, if it hurts, skip it. Come back to your breath. If you ever feel nausea, dizziness in a pose, come out of the pose in the movement. So particularly dizziness with the neck movement. So it might be that there's something there that needs to get checked out. If you need to leave the space for any reason to take care of yourself, of course, do. And you're more than welcome to come back. And so moving on, hands into our hip creases. And I'd like to come into a movement that's a gentle warm up for hips and lower back. So I call this, today I'll call it stirring the pot. So as you're ready, breathing in, circle forward. So stirring the pot. So micro movements, visualizing the movement, focusing on what we can do. And so an invitation to bring a gentle awareness to the space in front of you. The space beside you. Above you. And especially the space behind you. And trust that you're being supported. And then when you're ready, moving in the other direction. And so flowing with our breath. And slowly come on back to a neutral spine. Rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down as desired, and notice how this feels. And so I think it might be nice to explore doing a little bit of body tapping. And so a lovely way to get our circulation going. So bring your hands together, rub your palms vigorously, energize your hands, warm up your hands. And actually, before we do the body tapping piece, I'd like to invite you to bring some of that lovely, loving energy, prana, that's your own, healing energy, to whatever part of your body is talking to you. So placing your hands gently in that area. And then one more time, we'll rub our palms vigorously, energize our hands. And this time, I'm actually going to invite you to take your hands up to your eyes and just sweep across your eyes. And then take your hand, reach across to the bottom of your ear, and then tap from the bottom of your ear down to your shoulder. So if you have a yoga buddy, a friend that's with you, your yoga buddy can help with the tapping. And then reach back and give yourself a pat on the back. And then other side, bottom of your ear down to your shoulder. Reach back, give yourself a pat on the back. And then reach your arm out in front of you and tap from the top of your hand right up to your shoulder. Bring your palm face up. So I'm sure there's lots of information online about body tapping if you're interested in exploring it a little further. And so other side, tapping from the top of our hand up to our shoulder. Bring your palm face up, soft bend in your elbow. Tap down. The invitation to bring your hands to your Buddha belly and massage your organs. So your liver, your stomach. And so soft Buddha belly. Not an easy place to get to in our culture. So your Buddha belly, your belly is soft. It means our nervous system is more balanced. And then when you're ready, if you like, and it's available to reach back and give your lower back a little massage. You can imagine that my hands are on your lower back, giving you a massage. You're reaching up a little higher where kidneys and adrenal glands live. So kidneys, adrenal glands are close to the surface. Adrenal glands are almond shaped, they sit on our kidneys. And so really important to keep this area warm. And then you taking one hand, pushing down, sitting up tall, and then whoosh. Inhale, let, exhale, go. And then when you're ready, sweep down your thighs, your knees, wherever you can reach comfortably. And so setting an intention of loving kindness for yourself and self-nurturing, sweeping down. And then bring your hands just a few inches apart in front of you. Close your eyes softly and notice any subtle sensations. And give your hands a little shake up. So let's release some of the tension in our facial muscles. And so open your mouth wide. And release. Open your mouth wide again. This time, see if you can bring your lips over your teeth. And release. This time, let's clench our teeth together. So you just bit into a lemon. And release. Make a soft fist and then bring it up to your jaw and create some resistance. So we hold a lot of tension in our jaw, often bringing it in from one day to the next. And then other side. Bring your soft fist to the middle of your forehead, so third eye. And so lots of ideas about where the third eye is. So my training, I was taught that it's middle of the forehead. And Really not rocket science. It's the front part of our brain. I'm going to put gentle pressure here. It's calming for our nervous system. And then bring your hands to the base of your skull. It might be that if you're not able to reach back there, if you have a headrest that you can press your head against, that might be an idea. So press your head gently against your hands. And release. Okay. And so let's do a practice called Breath of Joy. And I think from there we'll transition into maybe guided meditation or actually a silent meditation and your final relaxation. And so breath of joy, so this is actually energizing. So we can use our breath to calm our nervous system, and we can also use our breath to energize. And so this is a practice early in the day. So the goal really is to relax and to energize. And so the practice is inhaling 3 times through your nose. And then after the third sniff in through your nose, it's a big exhale and dropping our arms. So we're going to add arm movements to it if you'd like. And so here we go. So make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor, on your footrests. The bones are sharp on the chair. Lengthen from the tip of your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. Shoulders back and down just a few times. And then when you're ready, here you go. Inhale, 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 and so 2 more rounds. Inhale, 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 and inhale, 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 and okay. Okay. So come on, seated comfortably back in your chair in preparation for your meditation. And so if you have a blanket that you can place on your lap, this can be grounding. If you happen to have, is that your cat, Josie? So if you have an animal friend that you'd like to place on your lap, go for it. So a bit of weight on our lap can be grounding. And so let's roll our shoulders back and down just a few times. Place your hands in a mudra if you'd like. So mudras are hand gestures that were created to help us focus on mind. And so I like often to practice diamond mudra. So this is referred to as an earth mudra. It can be grounding. And so that's when we rest our right hand in our lap, thumbs connect. You can choose whatever mudra works for you. And then draw your hands in towards your hip creases. Look down and into your heart and see what you can see. And then imagine that you're breathing into your heart. Go into whatever position you'd like for your final relaxation. And so if you have the ability to recline in your chair, recline. If you have an eye pillow, Making sure that you have what you need to feel comfortable. So you might need a blanket. And so hands rested, palms face up or down as desired. Close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. And soft yoga belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Soft palms, quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose. Serenity pose. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. And soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. It's challenging to quiet your mind. Sometimes placing our hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. And without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. Our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet, waking up. Rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs if you like. And come on up seated comfortably to finish up your yoga practice. And so bring your hands to your heart center, lifting your heart to your hands, bowing your head to your heart. I'd like to share a chant with you to finish the class today. The chant is Om Shanti 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 He. It's a little he at the end. And so Shanti translated means peace. And so peace for ourselves, first of all, and then for our loved ones or family, and out into the community more globally if you like. And then we'll chant Om, peace, peace, peace. So you're more than welcome to listen if you'd rather. And so inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. And so the teacher in me acknowledges and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Thank you to our tech hosts, Odin, Awesome, ConnecTra, and the Disability Foundation for the opportunity to share this lovely gift from India, our yoga practice. And so notice how you feel before and after your yoga practice. I will stay open to any questions or feedback for a few moments.